Hey, this is Robbie Jeanette with Keyboard Magazine. I'm here with producer extraordinaire, Dallas Austin, and he has got this amazing machine that we're here to see. It's called the Beat Thing. And before we show you this unbelievable new piece of gear, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you came to develop something like this? Because most producers, this is a big step getting into hardware.
Huge step.
Huge step. So you were saying when you came up, you used to go to the stores to play with all the stuff you couldn't afford.
Yeah, I'm an equipment junkie. I had every keyboard magazine all over my walls, every cover of it, and that was my source in time for knowing what was coming next and what was happening. So I would go into the music stores, play on all the gear that I couldn't afford, and just be like, every day after school, that's all I would do. And so I got kicked out of a music store at one point. It's like, get out of here, stop playing with stuff. Yeah. And so I made myself a promise that I would keep all my keyboards and all my. So at my studio actually in Atlanta, I have about 70 tons of keyboards and gear. And at a certain point, I didn't like the fact that I didn't have buttons no more to push, and I started using Logic a lot.
Yeah.
Then I was like, well, let's try using with an MPC 60. And then my engineer program would freak out and be like, oh, come on, man, just put it in Logic. What you gonna even go there for? It's complicated. Don't run Pro Tools right. Don't work with Logic good. But it's a different feeling to me because the machine usually sounds a different way.
Yeah.
And so we started looking at developing some pads and all this kind of stuff, and then it's like, okay, that's gonna be really complicated. Maybe we just do something that can trigger the sound that we have, because I have about 70,000 terabytes of sounds, man, since I was 16 years old.
Wow. And this is all done on all your keyboards and drum machine stuff. You've sampled everything.
Yeah, sampled everything. I have so many sounds that I was like,
how do you have all those organized just on there?
Rick, my programmer, he's been with me since I was 15, and
nice.
He's the kind of person that triple saves. He sits around 5 screens. And because I'm impatient, I'm the ADD instrument guy, so I'm like, I'm ready to work, And so Rick organizes everything and keeps it all, together. And then at one point, I met this guy Asia, and they had started a company called Beat Kings, and Beat Kings had a virtual beat thing, and they got it out to a few producers like Rock Wilder, some other people started using it, and then it started to be this virtual kind of drum machine, and I've never really, it's only if any virtual machines I've seen in the drum machine, I've really not liked any of them, because the sounds just get so thin to me.
And like you say, you're missing the knobs and that tactile
feeling of it, and so I started talking to Asia, and then he's like, well, we're going to develop a beat thing box. And I was like, no, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I was like, let's get into that. So finally I got to the point where we got the prototype box back, and I put it to the ring and made sure it worked with Logic, made sure it worked with Pro Tools, made sure it sounded right, made sure it did this, made sure it did that. And we spent another month just okay, everything that was wrong, let's go fix it.
Yeah.
We went to EQ the sounds. So they're all EQ. They're all sounds that you would not get unless, you took the time over years to go and sample and find them.
Yeah.
And as we speak right now, I have guys in Atlanta that's sitting there and they're cutting up sounds, and every other day they call me and say, hey, listen to this. Are you sure you want to give this one up? There's a marching band drum,
Yeah.
But it's all about what a person does with them.
Yeah.
5 years ago, there's no way you got my sounds.
But it's interesting, to be able to be a producer and to be able to share sounds and to know that you're actually encouraging creativity and you're encouraging things that if you hoarded all your sounds and let people try to figure stuff out from the record or whatnot, they might not have that leg up. And
and it keeps, I used to listen to the radio and wonder how did they do that? I listen to Teddy Riley songs, where did he get those sounds from?
Yeah.
That part of it right there is what made you go search. Where did Pete Rock get those drum sounds from?
Right.
And you search and you're looking and and that was part of music, and then it turned into everything just started sounding like this. If it wasn't an 808 clap, or if it wasn't 909 drums, or if it wasn't a house beat, if it wasn't, I can tell you now, as soon as I hear a song on the radio, I'm like, oh, you kidding me? That's the sound. You kidding me? That's that sound.
Right.
So I wanted to put art back into music and back into boxes, and so I went back into really heavy production on new records I'm working on, Alex 242 is an artist I have on Interscope from the Bahamas, and I've taken every type of music possible and just blended it together as hard as possible. So it's one moment you think it's dubstep, one moment it's moombahton, the next moment it's from the islands, the next moment is pop, the next moment is hip hop.
Nice.
And it came out with this real crazy eclectic blend, and I did all the stuff on the beat machine.
Sweet.
And
you actually did all the tracks for the record
on the beat thing, and then I would go and add other stuff around it, but all the bases of it, even on my first single, it's called "Let 'Em Know," and you can hear boom, 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 because it's the only beat machine that has actually pitch wheels on it, modulation wheels on it. And so it kind of takes your sounds out of context.
Do you see this as being something that people are going to start using more live than in the studio?
In the studio you get really spoiled with it because you sit down a long time and you just want the sounds, and then, but it's set up really easy too, because I didn't I was an MPC kid at first, and then I went to this from the 60, you know, to all the way up to the 2000s, all the way up. And then it just lost me at about 4,000 or 5,000. I started getting like, oh, there's too much information. You know?
What was the best model of the MPC in your opinion, having used them all?
I liked the original 60, but I think when it got to the 2000, you know, it was really, you know, 1000, 2000 is like really where I thought everything was kind of cool at.
Came together.
Yeah, when it started to get like, you know, 4,000, 5,000, and started doing so much stuff. And if I wanted to go in and figure out how to erase something, I have to go in here and there and there. It's like,
yeah. So
that's when it started to become unfun. It
right.
started to become better for like, you know, if you're a really technical guy, you know, and a lot of my tech guys, they love it because it's like, you know, so much in there to do. But
right.
when you're a creative person, you want tempo to be right here.
Yeah.
You just want to turn the knob and slow it down. You know, I try to set it up where it's as simple as possible. And at the last minute, after we, you know, went through everything you could do, it was like, oh well, you know, let's make it portable. Take it with you. They can just charge up and you can, you know, just take it with you, plug it in the car. You know, because we're all producers that make it. We have deals with other producers, the sound pack deals. So
cool.
You're getting. Because that's another thing I hated. You know, if I went and bought a Bob Claire Mountain drum set thing, it was like, okay, they must have just used the name because
yeah.
I can't find all these Bob Claire Mountain sounds anywhere on these records. You know?
Right.
And so what I did is went to producers like, you know, Jim Johnson and Paul Oakenfold and Rodney Jerkins and Jermaine. Because one thing about it is we keep the quality up.
Yeah.
We keep it very serious, and we take quality producers very serious. So you know, not just, you know, oh, branded by Rodney or branded by Dallas. It's like, no, go into Dallas' stash, cut up X amount of sounds, and then you know, make a deal with them. And we're really excited about that because as soon as you see, especially like new producers that start, when they can say, oh yeah, this is the kick drum I use on Creep, or this is the kick drum I use Cool on Gwen Stefani, or like, you know, it kind of just, you know, envision it in a different way. And you have like thousands of other sounds that's never been used. That's from my,
sure.
You know, this is the start of it, and we have, you know, of course, other models and additions, and then we have like, you know, it's a kickoff of my Rowdy Electronics company. So you're gonna see all kind of stuff that comes out of here from a producer standpoint.
Nice.
You know, for real. Everything I've ever been aggravated with, trying to do away with it. You know, it's definitely nothing like it. You know, I went through every machine possible. Does it do this? Does it do that? Does it do this? Does it do that? And so it's unique in its own box. It's its own thing.
Beautiful. Well, we're going to get a little demo so we can see how it works. So stick around.